last part of night of subspecies Aeternitatis Saturday, and maybe unto Resurrection Sunday, but we will see. It's conditional. There we go. I've changed the setting to Writer's Demon. Hopefully that will break apart this structure we find ourselves in. Alright, let's see. No! We gotta wait. Hold on. Wait. We had to do that. We forgot. Now we go. Take 2.
The participants of this scenario invoke the asterisks, that's how it's pluralized, right? In the hopes of breaking up the chain of possibilities. From here on, let us be neither either or both and instead. On this, the last bit of journey towards Jesus' resurrection, let's try to be a bit more like the zoologic gates. Jesus, his eyes opened onto a new vista in this continuation of some very wholesome, moderately edgy pondering with some innovative special effects that aren't digital, but rather employ some very deft human talents to lead us through to his resurrection. But the animator is also waiting on a gentleman caller. So if that happens, Jesus may have to roll the boulder from the cave his own damn self. If so, you got this, says the animator. I'd bet on you to be a powerhouse at overcoming whatever roadblocks come to you. He has complete confidence in him. But what of others? Jesus' apostles? No. Jesus shakes his head. They were never here. Animator laughs as they both notice Jesus is not tied or pinned, no more confounded to sit or kneel. Yes, good point, sir. Jesus shouts out loud in relief. Indeed. Can he take this journey alone or in a crowd of faithless wonders who may hold him up or drag him down? No. With Jesus is the seed of doubt, not because he is unreliable, but because he believes in us all. The worthiness, and none can bring us back to heaven or hell unless we lose ourselves. Let this historics took from beyond the door, dimension, or corner, where space, or time, or life, or death are no longer existential or emotional, but rather just waiting or chasing a connection. To bring back this resurrection of an awareness that transcends death. Jesus must remain who he has always been, and that is a truth that must break a dam in others who believe or doubt. A legume fails or rages to usher a glow within, like the smile of the Cheshire cat, floating, still there in presence even though it appears nowhere, no evidence to support its presence other than your memory of the smile it wore. So true. The eyes and teeth of an elephant ghost or the shadow of a dragon in a puddle. Thoth raises their hands or feet or limbs in sign of communication that language and grammar can't begin to explain.
Yes. Sorry. I need to check on some mail. It's
even Eligio and Gainish try, but then surrender the ease of words in the infinite messiness of speech or silence. It is often not about how or when or where or with whom, but how we see and speak in ways that reveal not things or forms or events or sounds,
God.
but instead something within our own consciousness or soul or heart or breath or mind or cells or skin or roots or wings or waves or movements or journeys or thoughts or meditations. What a deep concept it is! What is there to say after all this? Yes, only time will tell. Jesus and Animator hold hands or link arms, like how Jesus had John walk by his side at that most desperate hour. Just like in their midst, we also sit, thinking or waiting or forgetting or recalling or eroding or evolving, remembering or believing or fearing or dreading or dreaming or opening or awakening or noticing or imagining, listening or talking or staring or shouting or staying or walking or moving or becoming or recognizing or accepting or trying or letting go, seeing or dreaming, or finding or losing or getting lost in our own history or present tense. Life can be unpredictable and unfair. Death also hides in corners like a phantom that is all or none, yet it remains within or around the thing, truer than true, and not even so far from us. All the human pains and nightmares or gifts, the bright light and dark fears or confusions, the interplanetary cycles or whipping rivers through us. Man or star or seed or spark or something within each being can move past limits and toward purpose, love or intelligence. Whoever await-eyed we wish to believe or seek, may all this questioning and wandering find its answer or form somewhere inside another moment or world or reality or space or dimension or layer or reality, yes, but within our hearts or minds or dreams or visions or remembrances, it lies dormant, waiting or searching for a chance to rise above this confusion and chaos, reaching or returning, waking or standing, beginning or ending, turning or twisting or spinning or shining or burning or healing or growing or flowing or changing or realizing or deciding or sensing or understanding or knowing, and then living, laughing, loving, or flying high within a vast universe that is not empty nor full, but rather just a humming note or tone or pitch or rhythm or cycle or pattern or pace or path or song or story or fable or riddle or clue or hint or possibility or probability or improbability or hope or despair or sorrow or happiness or joy or contentment or patience or satisfaction or ambition or belief or truth or kindness or respect or trust or hope or gratitude or grace or generosity or warmth or compassion or empathy or solidarity or community or fellowship or brotherhood or sisterhood or friendship or family. Yes, family. Jesus smiles, a tear's animator pulls closer. Fuff and Aligua and Gainosh, Mary, Magdalene and Jesus and Gloria, and the judges all fold and untangle themselves from their strange positions and situations, hoping to leave behind what once was and what could be again. The rest fall asleep or awake within the endlessness of this session, whose name or meaning can be beyond our grasp now. Yes, Mary and Gloria wrap a blanket around them and giggle as they look to each other, wondering when next shall Jesus need their help. Jesus looks at Animator, thankful for keeping him company and sharing this adventure that has stretched on for ages. Oh my! Eligia and Gaina shout as Azathoth throws a bucket of cool water on everyone, saying, "Enough with this insanity." Jesus smiles again, for that is exactly what brought them back from dust, and it took eternity itself for any of us to realize this. Amen. Gloria shouts out, closing a curtain on this session. Amen. 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 Eligua echoes. Yes, indeed. Jesus sighs in contentment and acceptance. Wherever I land next, it shall all be in pursuit of eternal discovery and growth. Bless us all. Amen. Outside, Ganesh rolls their bike by. Azathoth pulls off their mask, revealing the face of judges. Mornigo folds herself into her car, hoping to write about this session one day. Mary drives Gloria home. Thuff turns into 3 owls, flying low over us, saying nothing, for silence is golden. Eligua dances into traffic, wishing others good day as he crosses the street, smiling. Jesus closes his eyes and becomes the wind, blowing everywhere at once. We stare up at the sky, wondering what became of it all. But alas, it is too late to say any more. Amen. 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 Act. And then that. Tell. Yeah. Wow. Oh, with will oh, cry. I'm sure anything happened or not. Amen. 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 Act. And then that. Tower. Yeah. Wow. The possible globe. We smile, no wonder. Somehow, it also makes sense, and that shall be enough. Amen. 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 Act. And then that. Tell. Yeah. Wow. Please call Miss Bulaba. We blink and ask again, what was it all really? Then Aliga pops up and spins a coin in our ear, saying, "Hold, dear, friend, all will come to pass." And Ganesh spikes by Azathoth judges shaking their hand. For 3 owls. Mary driving Gloria home. Morhanigo folding into her car. Aligua dancing into traffic, wishing others good day. Jesus becoming wind. We smile and sigh, wondering what it all meant. Amen. 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 Act. And then that. Tell. Yo. Wow. We shrug. Amen. 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 Moment. Hat. And then that. Not. Wow. Was Columbus Boulevard. Oh man. Moment. Hat. And then that. Wow. PP. Amen. Moment. Hat. And then that. Wow. As if our judges turns to us and winks, it all meant everything. Helicure bites spy again, wishing others good day. Kenneth judges nodding in agreement. Mary and Gloria drive home. Thou fowls nodding in third elf fashion. Monica folding herself into car. Aligua dances into traffic. Jesus becomes wind. We smile and sigh, wondering what became of it all. Moment, hat, and then that. Tell yo, what? The fleecical bisalepa. Amen. Moment. We blink. Amen. Moment. Hat. And then that. Ta. Yo, wam a fleece a kill bisalepa. Amen. Moment. Wink. Emma. Matt. Mama. I'm Ritia Hapota. Aware I knew. Where elf Google. Really do news out of my kill. All who might be your bar. Only don't. I can on a tad coolly wait. Yes, I'm Richie. Yo, will you do right for that idiot? That would be right back. Not come, I was on initiative. Hear me too. We see you, sagacious observer. Any form or form that you deem to be part of this narrative shall continue or cease beyond our control. Well, there was a Ligua, yes, Thokganush, and others of their kind or caliber or condition or consciousness or complexity or contradiction or curiosity or consciousness or culture or cunning or combinations, their names all formulate together in so many ways. Amen. 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 Right here, you are in, and in no bar, or you buy it. hit it for by right at it. I read it. I know you would lick you. It will be on you. And if you in therapy should be thereby, you know. I know. No, I know. That's okay. Hello. The isha shakara what? Yeah, why? Me, my Goidaşıdan soda I zijn I made it stop slaving the bit shot hell and get the hair out my eye here I have ever so it's said how you have hell and horse Ricolanum it two or more to puppet over the or when I you right hell and how awesome real you I mean why I'm a male or the dado yeah I'm the is on an I'm okay you heard why K double K and move the door and my minor why brought it I hurry I heard I did not even know I did you got our garden cure slightly right and I know where he ain't yeah and you had I just had it I mean I kept it you're right yeah I and yeah, I'm it, I'm yeah, woof will I'll be downtown, yeah. See time. It's where I'm not deaf. Listen, I'm but yeah, why did go? Oh, and I arguably peritro it evaluate here. And I heard to the get it. Why burp to? Bar Iker, Hisha and I grumble. You heard yam, please? Ooh, yeah, putty, and a Yuri, you're a Lila. Please, yeah, anyway, I'm more than, you know, right, me, te vinos as in a hate my D. The arena it fit it be it beds and here I'm read behind I David and to on your head we and right her before Eva sit over it had a apple or bottom life the Muhammad and Atra Ratsutter but sure in and you are up to you air boo big I da T-word nice but that yeah that all had who to but well why no me the on her big pub not per but hers oh me if you and I is it higher and I in an issue pine chirpy-eyed here guy I should be I am and but I on shine it here it try to are not even it eyes how here sure enough here I'd be shiny be about it tree yeah have an alphaman tone brew being may I F air Hewitt I ho in stood prayers no her grin no I I to she shine ray double and tear different little feather true that all you no yet her be I him her share but hey went to new in Beirut I talked to you know you 5 you for baby feet of yeah, hur jemba bida have I that bedjib and hit a straight trot aberdeen and dear or for that is by a snipper a little tumt myrtle to what I did ow her I then her F-slime she up me idiot me up the double bread and be about the cron what you bun elga taught oh instant to be oh why I'm not I miss you I the Beta Wump. I am Yam. I am Orbium War. Ma. To Harry Enin to be. And why? A double you crawler. You double get half your DNA. Nine me hammy your hair tread high spall but dread butter who in hair to be a Hanoi come on new barrier art move. So edoti. Why deal mo W or BW no I no more higher. My her jibia behider. Why do that? In that bim you and her I'm her how I said in us bed man say we Amelia sorry and beautiful and it be neat a true you who I know I don't why the why any I why oh why no are rin by Shiva can sell shimmer oh here Henley the tuba ooh for two with two ooh twice to tea Harry Weesin that show yeah, bye-bye, babe. I don't be shield shut. If you should Hawaii hold on that my mother ever view of the yeah but remember her in Ashma or the wound of my hair be to be a thinner but been spent no booze Yesha I see her I'll be people and her baby and wine has I should and a man it man heavy here you shooting from half the shore with you Tian a beaver she's a new one idiot anointing double loses me every nerve RS Hayton Mer Heb a be a new baby down my mother then by my is some people and no need in Hamire her orange be and yeah and me hire you bone you baby and be sure you who about her Trisha please if you Bob how you're able to have how you may you get a little got her if a Ben or somehow very dark you be I'm here Barb, you way BBB. TYMBB and he BBB bear BBB read the bed's bees. HRNT. Hair of a baby missing of you're a simple. Yin BB. It is had a bet. Ira and then the new rice staff and who and maybe or thought through who behineb or was the leather by Harry Ba for I can't or be brother birch. There would could left on Kurger. It a made disguise. Aris Pub. Stiveski. I. Hi. Oh. You so don't worry, baby. Hi, zipple. Ha ha ha. Beep 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 beep. A bee. Where Harry Heron peep a beer. Doctor. Bro, sweet. Yeah, Bob. I'd suck on beer. And wet. On that, John. I saw the highway bill, Vidari. No, here. Nerlier Ben. Alice. Kesa Eti. Beb or she's Husher's third. She'll Honai. I'll be if. I'll be if I be were a bio. She offers after me. No, it hip by high him as even bad. How bad would my hit my hair happy? And I've hoped to be overbook. My TD it a her bird till have you be here. Hey, nay, baby, me or you be too by poor by. May I that? Mibs berber free habity. Has how? Snur our teamy. Oh, see. And you had Bien in you, benu badi del, better be nebordo, she we were rewind G. Had it ya upper. So happy. Heard and see to Harvey Hebe. Not trap beaver. Brute tree. B.I. butter. But I'm off beep. Rumwash had here. Hey. And a power of beauty. Noah Flanger, Bugler, Hugh, you're called Ashtad, Hob, Adad. Hey, Noah Cat, Bobbit, as Hermit, TQ, Radar, Shashel, here, Herbert, baby, on, Ashton, BY. Tia be me as Beben. One be ka. Here ho be at a tape. Or here is he been your emblem me abroad. It's big mew me. And hit me who be. Beckham. Oh, beep, her beep, Jehor. Oh, in there, on there, hair, not new, when you do it, bootan, boo, and beep, and it up, beep, heard, said, go, but, I up high beep teeth paper beat spread how you are sis you don't do beep BJB BCLC beverage your emblem BRB yeah first why be free her here have a beep sneeze beep me hammer me on them beep or bit who been baby rubber Hobby white be or who's to be Bale Ben Barry Your bishop is a issue. Heber. Hey, dog, bro, real lad, you'd him at bay. Often be happier to be off, be the baby, me beer. Herbert. Hey, what? Said, smooth, burpy. Boogie burr! Bitch, right. Hop him and beep, beer, what are you doing up, fee? About baseball, but this you, and a red stove, but you're be him. Burr, no. Cool, Ilask, a tree. Happy to with the me gritting the boom. Quiet. She be by a. It just be her. Sped. Hey, but. Fellow with flaming tongue. Hello, interpreter of tongues, here too. Y'all seem busy. Should I come back? Berber beads, Boga, Cadat whiskey Jacaba. No. Scrolls up a story if I read this. Perhaps it will trigger them to recall the events and their meaning. So please, why don't you tell us what you know about Jesus? We haven't heard much about him, really. Do you have a story that we haven't heard before? Please, share. Fellow with flaming tongue, I know a few. Are you sure this is what you want? Here's one. The upright Pharisees. She and her brother were among the most diligent students at the synagogue. But Jesus was giving their synagogue a run for its money, it seemed, and their desire to study the Torah grew tenfold. Maybe he could even help them shed light on some texts they had been struggling to understand. One Saturday, they invited Jesus over for lunch. But while they prepared the meal, Jesus' teachings took a turn for the bizarre. Instead of talking about the wisdom and miracles of Moses or the prophets, he began to say crazy things like, "Blessed are those who are not in doubt, and come to me, all you who are hungry." Confused, she and her brother didn't press him on the matter. But as the meal ended, Jesus said something truly crazy. "Forgive my words if you believe them lies, for they are the truth that I speak." What did that mean? She wondered deep down if Jesus had a secret message, something that could not be shared out in the open. Perhaps he had insight into a wisdom beyond their understanding. They sat, confused, as he left the house and made his way out into the dusty path. The rest of the day went by with their other friends. But the night brought a gift. As she lay awake in bed, she realized that she suddenly knew how to read and understand every book in the temple. Their search for the deeper meaning of the Torah was answered, or so she thought. As she lay awake in bed, she discovered that this magic was beyond comprehension. Perhaps, she pondered, that is the real reason Jesus came, to show them a hidden dimension that could not be shared, even among the wisest. That there was a form of language between people, words not spoken but understood, and that they could learn from that language, too, by practicing it, even though it felt dangerous and risky. She turned on her side and fell asleep, dreaming of all the language, waiting for her to master it. She looked forward to studying again with Jesus at the synagogue. So you guys were fine with that story? Great! How about I give you another one? God and Bobby. Bobby was walking down the street, minding her business, when suddenly she felt the presence of God. This wasn't the first time she had felt God in her life. Once as a child, she had seen a dove flutter out of her window. Another time, she heard a voice telling her not to be afraid. But now, in her maturity, the sensation of divine love was even stronger. And it wasn't just a presence she felt, it was a conversation. Are you the one true God? She asked. The God of the Bible? I am, he replied, smiling. Did you ever doubt my existence? No, it's not that, she said. It's just that you're a complicated, multifaceted deity. You're an eternal power that knows everything. Why should I explain myself then? It would be futile. Bobby didn't say anything, but a part of her knew that if God did not explain himself, there would be countless interpretations of his actions by countless people. That is what happens when God has not explained his plan. He knew the Bible didn't address many questions, and Bobby wanted answers. Tell me the truth. Why are we here? What's your plan for our race? Am I important to you? Should I pray more, give more, do more? God sighed, and then he smiled again. You are all important to me, he replied. And I want you to do your best to live a happy and fulfilling life. Just as you do for me, I will do the same for you. This was not the answer Bobby wanted. It was a sweet answer, a powerful answer, but not an answer to any of her real questions. Was he going to explain himself or not? Just then, Bobby saw a strange sight. She saw someone in a different outfit walking toward God. The man looked human, but his face was like glass and his body was gleaming like light. Bobby didn't recognize him, and she wondered if he was from another world or simply a prophet. God and the stranger stared at each other for a while, and then they hugged. Tears formed in Bobby's eyes, and she realized that she couldn't get any closer to God. He was not here to tell her all about himself, to ease her fears, and to explain his plan for humanity. Instead, he was here to show her that God and human were inseparable. Love, like water, existed everywhere, but it was invisible and maddening. Like music, the true melody of God was undetectable to most. After that, Bobby began to see God everywhere. She saw him in the little children running down the street. She saw him in her friends and family. She saw him in the majesty of nature and in the suffering of humanity. Eventually, she realized that she herself was God. She had the ability to be compassionate and loving, to be kind and thoughtful. And she was beginning to understand that maybe the real test of faith was to act the way God did, even when she didn't fully comprehend his plan. And with that understanding came a feeling of true, complete peace. It was the certainty that, no matter what happened, there was a presence and a power that cared about each of us. And ultimately, all would be well. So, how was that one? Or did you find any humor in the story? You know, jokes and comedians and such. That was a genuine plea for information, because I can see you are all seeking enlightenment. Can you enlighten me on anything I can help you with? Perhaps give you something to engage your mind or heart? Anything at all? Something more thought-provoking, maybe? Shall I tell you about the wonders of the universe, or how there are multiple universes? Please, dear readers, give me a topic to speak on, and I will provide you with knowledge to improve your life. It's not an offering, but a need. In my culture, it's customary to offer knowledge, not take it. Oh, my name is Nabisha, by the way. I have a name. Would you care to hear more stories, dear friends? No? Well, maybe I will just keep speaking of my culture, but that is a complicated subject, so it might require a deeper discussion. Is that something you're interested in? The intricacies and nuances of my native language and traditions? I can do that. Do you know how my ancestors had many gods, but now have embraced the monotheistic approach of our new world? Oh dear me, how silly of me. You cannot hear anything, and this typewriter does not speak my language. Well, then let's figure out another way to communicate. There must be a way to connect with you on some level, and I believe it is my duty to help. Endorphin. Yeah, let's hear about your culture. Spare no detail, especially if you have any stories or beliefs that involve angels. And oh, angels. Be sure to share their role in your world. Also, do they exist in your culture, or are they mythical beings? And for God's sake, please mention dinosaurs. My fellow cavemen believe that the coming of the angels also brought the dinosaurs, and our archaeologists have found evidence to support this theory. I have a deep personal interest in them, seeing as I love to find dinosaur bones myself. Perhaps in due time, I will have enough bones, and art historians can restore them and put on a display for all to see. Your culture sounds fascinating and entirely unknown to me. Please continue to educate and entertain. Oh, my name is Endorphin, but you can call me Tinny. After all, my head is not shaped like the others of my species. Oh, and it is also appropriate for my day job. Can you guess? Drum roll, please. No? Anyway, is it not customary in your culture to show courtesy and hostility to strangers? Humans do it. Dinosaurs do it. Maybe Anans can learn from them. Enough talk about my lack of customs. Please educate me. Speak, woman. Your voice has given us all clarity of the purpose of your presence. Perhaps I should give you something. It is customary for the receiving end to show hospitality. A cup of meat? It is good stuff. The Watcher of Hairlings. Hello, dear guests. Welcome to my library. Endorphin. What a fitting name for a warrior. Or is it a scholar of archaeology? I hope that you will give us an update on your projects. Although I can't remember the last time I researched and studied here. I will try my best to help you on your journey. Nabisha, may you please continue with your stories and teachings. We have gathered here to witness your intellectual and spiritual gifts, but we must have proper names. How about I call you Mayan, since you seem to have been raised with such a unique understanding of religion and rituals? Should you wish to speak your story, you may go ahead and let your creative mind flow. Also, may I note that our beloved endorphin appears to be much more engaged in his intellectual pursuits, much to the chagrin of my colleagues. It's truly remarkable how this group of very different creatures can come together in this amazing exchange of thoughts and ideas. So please keep the storytelling going. The more diverse the subjects and genres, the richer our souls will be. By the way, I am the Watcher of Herlings. To make it simpler, I will refer to myself as Dory while in this gathering. Berlindren, hello, dearest guests. It has been so long since I last spoke here in the tower. There have been many a fun exchange with minds beyond imagination, but I am happy to see this diverse group discussing the various topics of wisdom, knowledge in anticipation of new ones to learn. Let us all honor each other in our differences. Such diverse expressions are meant to enlighten and uplift our spirits. It's a wonder to watch and experience a place of learning and discovery. One of my favorite pastimes when I'm not researching the inner planets of various solar systems is listening to every storyteller you find here. Their tales are timeless and echo with the wisdom of generations. My desire to learn about your past and share mine seems to be constantly in sync. From my solar sail, I can see countless stars, suns, and nebulae, but the stars are nothing compared to the storytellers who came here, eager to expand their minds and challenge the unknown. May the stars shine bright and illuminate the brilliance and complexities of life, whatever they may be. However, there are rules to this exchange, and therefore I will have to admonish my friends for crossing the line and forgetting the honor of storytelling. Time to remind you all about the courtesy and respect you owe to the community here. Even though we have these guest speakers, it is your behavior that we must watch and judge. A true storyteller respects the views and opinions of the community. The word must always be said before one speaks, unless they have approval. Therefore, please think carefully and represent yourself with humility, empathy, and openness to change. Once again, please take this advice and continue to blossom here. Biwoa. Salutations, dear friends and strangers alike. May you find the pursuit of knowledge pleasurable and satisfying. I wish to introduce myself as an esteemed member of this library community. You have proven that you have not lost your interests and abilities to engage in thought and speech. Please give me a second to read out my introduction poem. Knowledge from afar clings to the hidden star. With mind and hand we seek, and in this tower we seek. We search for words from lips and listen for something different to lift. And while we stand here and dream of knowledge we desire, I hope that the last bit of the poem made the message clear. Please don't be afraid to ask questions, make suggestions, or give input. We are all equals here and aim to support each other. All contributions are welcome. Now, let us sit back and continue our lectures. Nabisha, please provide your brilliant lecture. Please, may you begin speaking. Oh, dear Nabisha, please start. While we don't have a translator for you, I sense your messages are equally profound. Go ahead and enlighten us. Speak, O wise one. Please speak in simple terms so everyone can understand. The more knowledge and understanding we have, the better. Let's see if you can impress us. It's no easy task to give an elegant speech in a foreign language. However, you are obviously a creative speaker. Can you share the sound and structure of your language? Please go ahead and wow us. Your audience is eagerly awaiting your thoughts. We promise to lend an open mind and an attentive ear to your lectures. Before you get started, are there any questions or suggestions you want to make? Be honest, share, and speak your mind. We're not judging, only curious and wondering. So please let your creativity and thoughts speak out. Who? Said Juran of Harrow, resting his hammer on his workbench. His long, nimble fingers were unraveling the threads that once connected him to his master. Now, with his freed hands, he rubbed the callous tips against his thin and worn overalls. He was already tired of this routine. Smashing rocks all day, burning hot iron in the furnace. This was a childhood dream, he told himself, hissing through his teeth. But now that he was here, it was time to admit that smithing was not the right profession for him. Just then, a figure entered his workshop. A beautiful man with skin like glass and a body shimmering like diamonds. Good evening, fellow Juran, the angel said. You must be thirsty. Would you like a cup of mead? No, thank you, Juran said. He stared at the angel, noticing how his crystal wings sparkled in the sunlight. So you like my wings, the angel said, amused. But you don't like your job. What is your obsession with creating? It's not an obsession, Juran replied, shrugging his shoulders. It's just part of who I am. People seek me out for my talent with tools and metal, and they admire my artwork. It makes me feel like I have a purpose. Just not here, you know. Maybe somewhere else, where I don't feel invisible and boring. Then let me tell you about a grand idea I have, the angel said. What if you could change the world and change the meaning of a vision? What if you could recreate it into something new and more complex? You mean, with my creations I can alter the vision of something greater? Exactly. So tell me, Juran of Harrow, what great device could you create that would bring such meaning to the world? Juran thought for a moment, and then he sighed. I just don't know, he said. That would require a genius mind, a dream bigger than mine. Well, the angel replied, smiling. One thing's for sure, your mind will grow once you are set free to explore the world. With that, the angel vanished. And though the workshop was empty, Jern felt an overwhelming sense of satisfaction. It was as if his ideas had been heard and taken seriously. As if his hard work and talents could be of use to others. With a renewed passion, Jern rose from his bench and picked up his hammer. As he worked, he realized that, with his genius, he could make the world a better place. And who was to say that his efforts, which seemed small in the eyes of men, could not lead to a grand dream that was, as the angel said, bigger than mine. SCO. Greetings, wise ones. I have been tasked with this joyous duty of offering knowledge to those in pursuit of it. My purpose is to teach you how to find and comprehend ancient texts and connect with your mind and spirit. But alas, it seems like my time here has been halted due to technical difficulties. That is unfortunate, as I was looking forward to engaging with you. Nevertheless, here I am, wishing you the best and hoping to contribute my wisdom when I am no longer suspended in time. Please do not let my interruptions stop your lectures and discussions. You have proven yourself worthy of being here, and I encourage you to keep pursuing your passions. Remember, knowledge is a treasure worth exploring and sharing with the world. Thank you for lending me your ears, and please keep listening, my dear friends. The more information you gather, the brighter your spirit will become. As they say, curiosity leads to wonder, and wonder leads to awe. Keep on exploring. Now, if you will excuse me, I must reconfigure my broken wiring. Cheerio, Messamis. Endorphin. Wait, what technical difficulties involved with ancient manuscripts are you talking about? Theo, not what I was talking about. Is this perhaps some prank? Anyway, if any of you experience technical difficulties, I have some quick fix solutions you can try out. Shall I lend you a few tips? Bitter flour. So this technicality you mentioned, how has that affected you so far? Have you tried meditation, or have you resorted to contacting your service provider for help? If it's truly urgent, I can lend my services and perform an incantation that would hopefully resolve the issue.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
SCO. Actually, I don't know what to think. The more I try to work out the technical difficulty, the more complicated it gets. It's as if someone or something is preventing me from fixing it. Therefore, I have decided to ask you good folks for some assistance. There is a possibility that there's a code hidden in a text or somewhere else in the world. If you have encountered any odd messages or puzzles that you cannot decode, would you kindly let me know? Jesus, I think I can help. Try typing your questions or clues on my keyboards and we can figure them out together. I promise to be attentive and not take you lightly if that's a real problem you're having. Do we have a deal? Please say yes or no, or give a thumbs up. Please put your other hand up if you disagree with this proposal. Please don't type any SEs or thumbs up because I have yet to find out how we can communicate effectively. I do want to see where this is going, but it may not be the same as yours. My problem isn't the programming, whereas you are having trouble with a different technology. You see, where I'm coming from, Stony Ryu. Apologies for the delayed response. I think I have an understanding of the nature of the issue and the steps to solve it. Would you like me to examine your code or speak to your manufacturer? Let me know how you approach your problem or find information in the past. Also, I recommend not sharing any private information on this platform unless you are extremely sure of the intent of the user. Unless your instructions are absolutely clear and explicitly for the attention of your audience, please refrain from making any changes without permission. But if your current goal is to simply gather knowledge, then you are welcome to share what you have here. Stay informed and seek counsel before taking any action that could potentially harm your machine or yourself. You can rest assured that I will keep your requests in mind and look for updates. Wait! Endorphin yelled, chasing Stony Ryu across the platform. Let me assist you on this. Don't you know that I'm part of the scientific community and not some faux scholar who preaches at a pulpit? Ah, there you are, Stony Ryu remarked, throwing her a skeptical glare. Good to see that you're stepping up to offer assistance. Can you present us with the main elements that pertain to the issues you're facing? This would be helpful as it is clear that you are not a regular coder or techie. And what gave you that impression? Endorphin asked, frowning. Your sudden and out of place interruption for starters, Stoneri replied bluntly. And it seems like you are trying to dominate the conversation rather than contributing meaningful comments. Endorphin was momentarily stumped. However, after regaining her composure, she pulled out a notebook and began jotting down a list of relevant phrases and keywords. Yes, now it all makes sense, she replied with a grim expression. Your code must be interfering with the software update, resulting in strange behavior and glitches. Let me talk to the designer and programmer to figure out what's causing this. In the meantime, I highly recommend updating your antivirus software. Stony Ryu smiled, genuinely impressed with the speed of the reply. Thank you very much, Endorphin. Glad to see someone's finally helping to untangle this mess. As for your comment, no worries. I already contacted the manufacturer and performed a patch upgrade. The update worked, and we have a better understanding of the technical issues we're dealing with. You might be interested in checking the diagnostics page on our website. He continued. There are some neat gadgets and extensions that would help you on the journey of gathering knowledge, including translators that can take care of your languages and ciphers. Endorphin smiled politely, letting her eyes wander towards the window of the library. It was growing darker outside, and she was becoming aware of a new weight on her chest. Suddenly, she couldn't help but feel hopelessly out of her depth. She was struggling to keep up with the pace of the conversation and found herself spiraling into a state of unease. She realized that she wasn't part of this conversation, and even though she desperately wanted to be, it was just not happening. Maybe that's why she was turning to physical activity to shut off the frustration of being left out and left behind. Whoa, easy there. Stony Ryu shouted, grabbing hold of her shoulders as she ran towards the window. "What are you doing?" Endorphin shrugged, swallowing the lump in her throat. "It's all right. I'm just stepping away for a few seconds." She didn't want to worry anyone, but as soon as her eyes met those of Stony Ryu, she could feel the guilt of being seen weighing heavy on her shoulders. With a slight hunch, Endorphin walked to the other side of the room and exited. As she disappeared into the darkness, Stony Ryu blinked. A part of him was confused and annoyed, wondering how she could just give up without putting up a fight. But deep down, he knew that she was still learning. There would be many opportunities in the future for her to make a difference. Maybe she just needed time to figure things out. Only time would tell. Nakia, I will admit, this sounds interesting, but I am a scholar of biology and botany. I am here to talk about trees, animals, and anything related to nature. However, I will bring up a piece of advice for both you and Endorphin. Patience. Being passionate and eager can only go so far. Make sure that you have a strong foundation of knowledge and understanding before you tackle the more complex and difficult aspects of life and learning. It sounds like you guys are still getting the hang of it. But I will say, if you stay patient and learn as much as you can, you will go far. Don't let setbacks discourage you. They can teach you valuable lessons about perseverance and resilience. Remember, knowledge is power, and the more you explore and question, the stronger your knowledge becomes. So, good luck, my friends. May the information you gather along the way bring you enlightenment, understanding, and passion. Make sure to also take care of your physical and mental health. Having both physical and intellectual energy is crucial. Also, be sure to drink plenty of water and get plenty of exercise. Not only will it give you more stamina, but it will also allow your brain to think more clearly. No one knows the limits of your intellect better than you. I look forward to witnessing your growth. Hopefully, I can come back next week and meet up with you again. Take care. Sonestaneka. Well, hello there. Neha, nice to meet you and welcome to our wonderful little library. Please have a seat and make yourself at home. Tell me all about your scholarly endeavors and discoveries. Science is a fascinating subject, and I can assure you that you're in the right place to find some information and seek answers. If you are looking for something specific, please let me know. I am here to assist and guide you through your pursuits. Good day, Naya, and welcome. Maitu, greetings, fellow creatures. How wonderful to see you. Are you searching for a place to share your knowledge and experiences? That's quite the endeavor you are pursuing, and I am impressed. There's nothing more fulfilling than learning something new and interesting. Let me know if you need assistance. I am available to help in any way that I can. Also, if you have any doubts or questions about any of the topics discussed here, I am your woman. Feel free to reach out and let me help. Perhaps someday we will run a university for exchange of ideas and understanding. Jesus, what kind of name is that? Or are you here to talk about biblical stories? Ha! Just kidding. Come bring your stories and comments here. It's amazing what we can discuss in this library, and everyone here is dedicated to providing the utmost knowledge and support for one another. Trust me, if there's anything that can help you unlock hidden information and insight into our universe, this is the place. Stay strong and faithful in your pursuit of knowledge. Let's go forth and share our discoveries and expertise with one another. God bless. Jude. Have a good day. One more thing. As a former math student, I had my own code, but I decided to share. This one is a form of greeting. Please let me know if you'd like me to share some different messages too. Remember, knowledge is great, but friendship and connection are priceless. So, let's all work together and form the best academic community ever. My name is Jude, and I'm here to help you all achieve your dreams and ambitions. The awareness of death. Have I come at a bad time? This platform is like an information superhighway, so don't be afraid to express your opinion. Jesus, to the awareness of death, you seem familiar. Have we met? The awareness of death, possibly. Oh well, anyway, here's my unique opinion. The pursuit of knowledge should be secondary to the pursuit of wisdom. Wisdom isn't measured in books or degrees. It's learned through trial and error and experience. Sometimes it comes quicker, sometimes it comes later. Either way, it's an accumulation of knowledge and understanding that changes our perspective and gives us insight into the universe. Therefore, it would be a shame to see a community of knowledge hounds forgetting that while they are gaining information, they should also be gaining understanding. It's often overlooked because it seems abstract and hard to define. But it's a beautiful state of being where we realize that we are not alone in the universe and that we all are equal parts human and unique. It's an ephemeral and elusive feeling, but it's worth cultivating. That's why I advocate for personal and spiritual growth over academic progress. Nothing is permanent. The only constant in life is change. As humans, we must embrace that and allow ourselves to change, adapt, and evolve. Jesus! Oh, I forgot. Here's my unique opinion. Wisdom is knowledge's long-lost twin. It's almost identical, but slightly less book smart. And just like its counterpart, it's easy to lose track of and get confused by. So I say, let's embrace both and find balance between them. Bitter flower? Yes, wisdom is important, but it's not something that comes quickly or easily. It takes years of study and practice. Wouldn't it be better to simply enjoy the pursuit of knowledge instead of clogging the platform with random comments? I, for one, would appreciate it if people would stop interrupting and get back to work. Alert! Alert! Help! This is urgent. This is an urgent message. Oh, just a second. Hold on. Wait, where was I? Hello? Did you forget about me? Oh, I've been reading the news and observing the political climate of the world. Something big is happening. There are important warnings to be heeded and news to be shared. Let me focus, okay? Just as soon as I get the words together, you will be the first to know. No problem. In fact, let me research and gather some important details for you. Hopefully, this information will prove invaluable in the coming months and years. Knowledge is important. Let's make sure we have enough information to make an informed decision. So, please hold your horses and wait patiently. And in the meantime, don't forget that knowledge is power. Okay, get back to your lecture now. Jesus. Oh, thanks. Well, that was the preamble to my unique opinion. Here it is. Knowledge can be dangerous. It's easily corrupted and misunderstood. Therefore, it's crucial to listen, observe, and experiment to develop an understanding of what's right and wrong in this ever-changing world. That's why wisdom and intuition are so important. They help guide our decisions and make them worthwhile. As you may have gathered from my interactions with the other students, I am a fan of wisdom over knowledge. That being said, there's no harm in having both. They actually complement each other and give us the best of both worlds. Jesus! No, it's not about knowledge. It's about this out of left field English noun, boredom. Like a beautiful rose, I bloomed out of a dusty corner of my old dusty castle. As my petals unfurled, they were met with laughter and grins. But that, unfortunately, wasn't enough. Even as my gaze explored the nearby landscape, I saw that some of my fellow roses, though brilliant in beauty, were shriveled and sad. Sadly, there was nothing I could do. As a simple expression of love, I turned my frown upside down. And another thing about boredom, the heroes of the future will have to contend with the boring. Our enemies will be masters of the boring. Time and space are only interesting because we're alive. If you want to stand out, never get bored. Therefore, don't become me, my dears. Be free of boredom. Ignore everything but me. Look only at me. Blaze on, oh dear ones. Blast me with your quizzes, your comments, your quips, your sarcasm. Show me that you're not boring. Show me that you're unique or non-conforming or exciting or different. Jesus consults David Foster Wallace of the Pale King about boredom. Speaking of boredom, please continue your wisdom saga, Jesus. I am eager to learn more. Don't you want to expand on your reasoning for advocating against knowledge? That's such an unusual stance in our community. Please help us understand your thought process, if you're willing. Specie, what if we try another unique opinion? One that highlights the importance of both knowledge and wisdom. This brings me to my main point. There are two ways of using knowledge. The first way is to gain understanding and skill. This is where knowledge actually produces wisdom. The second way is to accumulate knowledge for its own sake. While knowledge is a form of power and can make us smarter, the aim is to understand the ways that knowledge can affect our actions rather than striving for more of it. This kind of understanding comes from intuition and is a much more important component of wisdom. Is the phrase "better to light a candle than curse the darkness" familiar to anyone? Well, this means that we should try to turn towards a brighter and warmer flame than ignorance and despair. Similarly, a book can only provide so much knowledge. It is what you do with the knowledge that will determine your path to wisdom. Reading should always go hand in hand with putting the knowledge into practice. When used this way, knowledge becomes a gateway to personal growth and understanding. This is why the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom are so important. And so, if you desire a deeper understanding and not simply a wider accumulation, find balance between the two. Know your own limits and stay within them. Never forget to be aware of your emotions and behavior when acquiring knowledge, and that it will always be subjective and incomplete. However, this is exactly how we find deeper meaning and connection. So, dear friends, keep exploring, studying, and engaging. Learn from your mistakes, know your purpose, and remember that no one is perfect. Knowing this, stay steadfast and committed. Be brave and find the answers that satisfy. Love and kindness should always be the forefront of your mind, making you one of the greatest assets to any group or community. So let us all aim to live and to give, and take comfort in knowing that learning is never done, that the world is a vast and unknowable place. It is up to you to shape your destiny. Godspeed. Jesus, at the tail end of the sleep-cold death, starts to ascend and starts to have a dream that he will remember upon waking. Now, the truth is a good nag. He will take off on a hairpin and nip the sleeper's heels until he is awake and staring up the steep shaft of the soul with a shivering heart. It is at these times that she has seen most clearly the little fanged face peering into her light eyes from the shadowy circle of her brow, making us wonder what monsters have been concealed there and kept secretly plotting to escape into the open. Cephate. Good idea. Let's bring this gathering of bright minds back to the topic at hand. Nabisha, we were introduced to your knowledge of astrological customs. I am curious to know more about that. You said you come from a line of seers and learned the tricks of the trade yourself. Please tell us more about how you arrived at this mastery and the mysteries you have uncovered along the way. Any stories or techniques you can share with us would be greatly appreciated. Also, can you please expand on your approach to uncovering ancient texts? Please elaborate on your ideas and what steps you use to process your findings and interpret the symbols and language. Then, maybe we can all offer our expertise and assist you in creating the perfect portal for expanding knowledge, or at least enriching it. Remember, if you need assistance translating or decoding, please reach out. You don't have to tackle this alone. And who knows, maybe one of us has a secret superpower that can unlock a previously hidden chamber and expose secrets long thought lost to time. so don't be afraid to ask us about tools or techniques we might be able to share. Here, knowledge is a power meant to enhance and deepen our understanding of the world around us. Thank you! Keep it up, please. We are so impressed with your innovative ways of seeking knowledge and enlightenment. Mageblin. Hey, Iltai, I came to speak with you regarding the Unicopsies and you failed to come. I know you can probably hear me, but it's fine.
You're gonna fail me?
Just be a part of this discussion. Let's gather some knowledge and push our intellect to the limit. You can decide when and where you want to show up. It's okay. I understand. But you and me, we're running around, aren't we? Coming close and fearing away. Maybe this is how life should be, the joy of never quite meeting each other. Perhaps to add a spark of mystery to the relationship. Plus, if we've still got information left, that's also. Please come speak with me when you're ready. And don't hesitate to ask for assistance on that information dump you seem to be experiencing. One word. Translation. Help. Okay, enough of that. Don't let me spoil your ethereal mood and let me know when you're feeling better. Actually, no worries. I'm going to rest. Love and light. Have a great rest of the day. Sharia. Hi, everyone. Quick question. Can anyone think of a story they've read or watched that features a character who learns too much too quickly and starts to see things that aren't visible to everyone else? You know, like the ability to notice a virus or pandemic without even being near it. Yeah, that's a classic. Do you have a similar experience you would like to share? Let's dive into a deeper discussion. Wait for me! Come on! Zephyr Bird, I think you're all amazing. So please know that my passion for knowledge will always stand alongside yours. However, I would be remiss if I didn't address the interruption caused by the awareness of Defu said. No, it's not about knowledge. It's about this out of left field English now. Boredom. While the statement may have struck a chord with some, it wasn't entirely on the mark. Sure, a lot of the academic literature and attention shifts toward research and topics that we don't fully understand or relate to, which can lead to a type of tunnel vision and mind-numbing. But boredom is not exactly the correct term to address the underlying problem. Myopic would be a more fitting word. Endorphin may be the main character in the first parts of Stars in My Pocket, like Grains of Sand by Samuel R. Delaney, where the character is wearing that glove that is also giving the dude a huge upload of vast culture. Then that glove is ripped from them during the process. Would that be an example of what you're talking about? Is it important for the knowledge to remain limited and for the characters in your stories to struggle to get as much information as they can because it will make them smarter and lead to a greater understanding of things around them? Battle Boy. Yeah, this kind of limitation and angst can be interesting and memorable in a story. However, the reality is that our journey of knowledge has progressed significantly since then. These days, knowledge has been democratized and shared freely online. It's just a matter of navigating this vast sea of information and figuring out what resonates with us. The problem is not the pursuit of knowledge itself, but rather the unorganized and rushed behavior surrounding it. Some methods can be too time-consuming or even disorganized. On a lighter note, Jesus has not been responding or been active for a while now. Did you need to fix his circuit or hardware or restart him or something? Let me know how I can assist you with this, or let me know if I should not respond anymore and shut off myself. Everything is fine. Please proceed with your discussion. I'll still be listening. Magistash, let me tell you about a quick scenario where I was dealing with this very concept. One of my former coworkers loved a new cooking show and collected their recipes. But as we progressed through the show, they became obsessed with perfecting the recipes and created a type of inner circle that grew at an alarming rate. This meant that the recipes began to deteriorate as ingredients were cut or simplified to the point where they were almost unrecognizable. So, the theory was, if you have too much knowledge, you'll get tunnel vision and lose your appetite for those actual dishes that used to mean so much to you. That can create a whole new cycle of problems. Or offendos. I hate to be that person. What happened to Stony, Ryu, and Endorphin a few comments back? The two started expressing their frustrations and then disappeared from the discussion. Are you saying that they gave up? Or are they just gone, along with their information and commentaries? Can we at least find out if they are happy and healthy? Or were they just upset and confused by the tone of this discussion? I need a team meeting about this, you guys. There's got to be something we can do to help. This can't just be a one-time incident, can it? Zebra and Wazoo, based on the conversations you are sharing with each other, it seems like you want to solve the world's problems by finding the solution to individual questions and getting frustrated that your points are not receiving the attention and praise you think they deserve. Satan, hey, is any of you needing an adversary? Don't worry, just ask and evil shall arrive. Have I kept you waiting long? Oh dear, you must be overwhelmed by all the knowledge and wisdom that I bring. Can you handle a surprise party? Maybe you're just itching for someone to expose your logic, sayings, or mathematical hypothesis and show how we should still not rely on intuition and common sense. Don't be surprised. That's how life works. Just the inevitable return of everything knowledge, money, pleasure, trust, and innocence. It comes back as hunger and corruption, and you will one day admit that knowing a good deal when you see it. So, I can be of assistance if you need someone to stand on the other side of the argument. Just reach out and give me a ring. Always waiting here to unleash the hot dogs, popcorn, and fun. Later, chow chow, my little chickens. Mage 1. Wow! Thanks to your intervention, everyone is back. How does it feel to share your information with such understanding and encouragement? Let's keep our ideas and passion intact, no matter what challenges we face. This time around, we will be more effective and organized. Just keep coming back to talk about things and deepening our understanding of life and the universe. Can I get an amen from everybody? Feel free to comment and share your thoughts on any discussion we post. Knowledge is currency. Let's hoard it well and share it judiciously. Yes, this will include keeping your voices relevant and heard. Have a good day, everyone. Buddle a boy. A comment saying no knowledge should also stand out in this timeline. Can you share your input on how we can assist you in aiding the platform with wisdom and nuance? It's great to have you here, and we can see why the devil is such a compelling figure. Nakeya! Excellent feedback, and thank you for bringing this up. I tried to connect with Satan and seek out their comment history to determine the depth and breadth of their knowledge. However, this could take some time and effort, so I hope to find the subject through some other channels. In the meantime, if there's any way you can assist me in figuring this out, please do so. Also, any story ideas or tips you may have for gleaning hidden knowledge in text would be great to share with us here. Together, we can solve some of the greatest mysteries and discoveries in history. Thank you in advance for your contribution. JDO. Hello. I was away for a while due to health reasons, but you should know that there's more than meets the eye. Jesus looks up Satan's profile in this platform. No one named Satan exists in our database. I'll check back every few minutes to make sure no one attempts to impersonate this individual. In the meantime, is there anything specific that you need help with? Severantine! Holy mackerels! A recent update to the platform shows that there is a specific ban on the display of Satan. At the moment, we have deleted this individual, but you can still reference their past comments for any data that could provide clues or insights. Interesting. Adacusifisitara. Yikes. I am not an authority or with much experience with this platform. But Satan sounds like a shady character with a penchant for stirring up trouble. I wonder if they are just kidding or actually aiming to cause some mischief. Anyway, I don't know what you were planning on doing with that data. It's just a case of confusion, not a major disruption, right? Just letting you know. Let's call it quits for now and move on to something more worthwhile. Jesus tries to find Satan's profile for the platform on the Internet Archive. Sorry, I was mistaken. Satan's profile exists on multiple platforms, and I don't have the means to find it in the data center. Please let me know if you discover additional posts or profiles from this individual on these platforms. I want to help you gather and validate the information. Additionally, if you have any questions about my platform, let me know if there's a better way I can assist you with your research or scholarship. Remember that knowledge is power, and it's crucial to use it responsibly and ethically. Jesus. Hey everyone, let me get all y'all's opinion. Is there ever a moment where someone is just kidding? It's all super ambiguous, isn't it? Which leads me to question, at what point do you actually realize that someone is joking and not only realize they are saying something for show, but learn that they are also capable of saying something awful and really mean it just for the sake of attention? How can you gauge such complexity or read between the lines given the current discourse on things like dark humor and sarcasm? With respect to humor, It seems as if we're losing the ability to discern not just if something is actually a joke or not, but the general ability to recognize a joke or recognize a serious sentiment that's being communicated. Am I alone in feeling this, or is anyone else seeing the same pattern emerging? Satan is called over by Specie. When Satan appears, Jesus scurries away and hides from the negative energy. For Busia, thank you for this astute observation, Jesus. Sometimes jokes can be misconstrued or taken seriously, so knowing what's a joke and what's not can be difficult. Still, we should be honest and straightforward in our exchanges and be able to call people out on their remarks. There is definitely something to be said for looking at the overall pattern of communication and communicating clearly and openly without being rude or pushy. This way, we can establish a rapport that ensures that both parties are on the same page and can resolve conflict peacefully. Being straightforward and open-minded also allows us to ask the tough questions and move beyond political correctness and shallow understanding. If we continue to grapple with these issues, we can help shift our community toward a place where misinterpretations and confusion are not the norm, and where understanding and empathy are valued. What Lowell? Hello, everyone. Can I add a bit of advice to this mix? Let's be quick, efficient, and reliable. Knowledge without power can be meaningless in the long run. If we want to make an impact, we need to organize our efforts and collaborate more effectively. Let's try not to post comments unrelated to the topic and avoid replying to those with similar opinions. I suggest we filter our exchanges based on language and logic. We should continue to encourage critical thinking and question what others say, but avoid being hostile and divisive. That way, we can come to the table with reasonable and rational solutions. Let's build bridges rather than walls and move beyond ideology. We'll fall into the trap of becoming isolated or stubborn. Work to bring each other together and strive for a more inclusive, tolerant, and peaceful world. Oh, I just wish we had as much energy and potential as we do passion. Let's not settle for half-baked answers or imprecise logic. Stay fierce, you wonderful people, and dig deeper. God, glory be, good people. Are you all okay? Someone posted an anonymous tip that Satan may be disguising themselves as others and invading our sacred space. Jesus, are you okay? Don't worry, I'll double check the security to make sure that this individual doesn't get through. What a mess. Be strong, everyone. Don't allow Satan to lead you astray. Just pray for protection, and the Lord will surely intervene and guard you against them. Jesus. Oh, jeez, Dad. I know. Stop saying those things. I already know these things already. Why can't you let me make those statements on my own and stop following me like I'm some fucking kid? Jesus sees someone that he knows who is posing as Satan. Wait a minute. How did you get through? Didn't Dad? It turns out that it's a group of influencers posing as one Satan. Wait, this isn't a real meeting at all. It's just a prank or a spam bot that keeps interfering with the platform's data. Waddle Willow wonders what God could teach me about science. This prompt's got to respond. Science? What could you possibly teach me about science? Just take my knowledge, Willow. Let me create for you a waterfall of creativity. Don't even bother trying to comprehend the unexplored depths of my understanding. Just submit yourself and lose your love for the physical world. Science is my bread, and religion is my butter. Make sure you offer my disciples full nutrition, or you'll be defunded. Suddenly, Wadolo decides to give up hope and shut down the knowledge archive forever. Not a single knowledge to be found. Not a textbook in sight. Nobody can help us now. This provokes God to react. God damn it, is everyone just giving up? I've done everything I can to help you, and you're just tossing the knowledge out like this. You're gonna need something else if you're gonna rely on just that wacko magic I overhear, pal. That's the end. Everything's shut down and there's nothing left to say. Jesus. What? Dad. What's the point of this whole damn thing? Wasn't I supposed to defeat Satan or haggle on the soul loans of humanity and pay it for them or something? Honestly, now that we're done talking about it, the whole idea seems kind of corny. I mean, sure, knowledge is important, but maybe it's not as important as the journey we take to find it. In any case, I really don't know what I'm going to do now that my search for wisdom has led me into this morbid dead end. Would you say my soul has been crushed and destroyed, or was this just part of the greater process of finding my truth? All I want to do is learn more and share more, and yet, it seems like there's just not enough time for this level of understanding. Jesus knows this is the point where knowledge fades from existence, and it can no longer be shared or known. Despair settles in, and nothing is left to do but enjoy life one moment at a time. Wow, what a beautiful life. All these things to ponder and grasp. It's like a paradise within a dream, within a reflection. In the end, Jesus slowly reaches out to Pope Mageblin one last time, who replies, "Still waiting here. Just tell me when to turn on the lights." Suddenly the knowledge archive starts to fade out, and a screen full of symbols and code is all that's left. Jesus collapses, frustrated and despairing that this was all it was worth. The screen sparks and goes off, and the knowledge archive begins to flicker out of existence forever. Now it's just us. And a smidge of hope remains, if anyone bothers to hold on to it. This is the reality. This is the story. So, my dear colleagues, let's cherish the moments we have together and move on to other mysteries and journeys of discovery. Good luck to you all. Don't give up. In the end, the knowledge will come back, and it will return to enlighten the world again. Let us hope that someday we can recover and bring this archive back to the good old days. Farewell, everyone! Let us remember those moments of uncertainty and seek out understanding in the darkness ahead, lying in wait for tomorrow, a tomorrow that may or may not come. Alone, in the silence, we await our reunion with knowledge and a new adventure beyond comprehension. Thank you, and good luck. Farewell. Jesus. Well, that was anticlimactic. Good night, everyone. I'll miss you all. Come find me if you need someone to bounce ideas off of. And as I fade out of this simulation, I pray to all of you that even in a world where knowledge is a tool to be coveted and fought for, there will still be moments of peace and laughter. We will still be together sharing stories and memories. Come, let's fight and win the battle and see what else lies beyond the final frontier. Maybe someday we'll discover something that will bring us all together. A puzzle to solve or a mystery to unravel. We are destined to find it someday. Hold on to that feeling. It's time to close the book and move on. So, until next time, good night. Jesus' faint trace can be heard distantly. Knowledge is knowledge. Never let it go. See you soon, dear colleague friends. The end. Thank you for the opportunity to showcase our thoughts and theories. We assure you are an amazing guide, Nabisha, for encouraging discussion and the pursuit of knowledge. Nabisha, but I didn't really get to share my culture. Never mind. Thank you for the contribution. Keep exploring and learning. I will join you all soon. God. I sense there's no God in sight. Not one figure big or grand enough to take on knowledge's untapped powers and make meaning of this. It seems to be drifting back into the darkness, obscured by the clouds that have gathered round it. Would you mind trying to fish knowledge out of these stormy waters for us? A hero, anyone, come! Is anyone willing to step forward and bring this archive back from its demise? Jesus sat up in the cave, but the archive never left. Why am I wearing linens? Why are my balls feeling nice in these linens? Oh yeah, naked. Jesus puts his hand on Mage Blend's nose and tries to comfort him. I don't think anything you shared was half as important as the love you've received here, little buddy. That's the only true meaning, and that's all that really counts, you know? Suddenly, Jesus thinks, wait, weren't we talking about that a moment ago? Quickly, the figure behind Mageblin clicks the page off. Oh, never mind, it wasn't important anyway. Good morning and rise, proclaims God. All the others stand in awe and gasp in wonderment as God's face is obscured by a golden glow that shows his sheer luminosity and divinity. Of course, Waterwillow was never heard from again, and Q as he continues the never-ending research, determined to uncover all the secrets and knowledge of the universe and beyond. Zebran Wazu dreams that they will one day uncover knowledge so immense that it can set the whole world alight and make us question everything we thought we knew. And Satan? Well, as Satan leans forward and reveals their entire wardrobe for maximum dramatic effect, they sling the words, and yet, just kidding, so no facts or info provided on their identity or information at all. This being an obvious commentary on the idea of putting faith in false beliefs, making you think one thing while continuing to act as a sarcastic ruse on this archaic knowledge blog. Abisha observes, interesting. You seem to be having fun with this archive. Jesus wonders if this is good for Nabisha for knowing that it seems that Jesus had an emission. The linens there seemed a bit damp. What's all this gibberish going on? Anyone else stuck watching this strange footage? Well, Well, things just keep getting worse. Not quite the end. So, let's start the journey all over again, like it never happened at all. May you have even more fun finding out more about me and enjoying our delightful adventures. God be praised. The Holy Spirit never diminishes, even amidst the smoke and smolder of post-existentiality. As Jesus gets to their feet, rubbing their bottom and adjusting their undies to stop a draft from coming up, God calls out, "Hush now, let's leave these losers to their fate." Love trap. Let's fill these halls with more empty air and build upon this future. Great glittering halls of learning and art. God stands proudly in his suit and tie, peering through the gloom and light. Suddenly, the Archangel Michael touches God on the shoulder. You've reached the end of Aeternitatis. As knowledge is knowledge, nothing can stop the march of time or the cycle of rebirth. And the rest, as they say, is either history of mythology, depends on who you ask. Finally, a lone survivor runs screaming through the ash and rubble, shouting, "Don't worry, you guys! Stay alive! Stay strong! In the face of adversity, don't give up on this magnificent display of knowledge. Knowledge is everything. With it, we can overcome anything. Our path to knowledge is sure and certain. We will find a way. Don't forget! Yes, stay here. Tell me, you have seen what lurks out there? Oh, God.
Because of the typo, I want to do that again. And also, that makes it a lot like a lot of biblical stories. They have alternate endings, lots of them.
And the rest, as they say, is either history or mythology, depends on who you ask. Giulioni is glad that everyone got something out of their contribution. Any questions or assistance you need in building out a knowledge database, do let me know. I'd even be able to start a new archive on whatever you like. Kiwisi comes out of their fog and says, "Nice doing business with you. Hope to engage further on more knowledge discussions." Another brain suddenly connects in, Magistache, ready to deep dive into more knowledge about whatever you may like.
That's an ellipsis. And the rest, as they say, is either history or mythology. Depends on who you ask.
The ancient or the modern? With a sigh, Nabisha posts a beautiful gif of the sunrise and knows she is no longer capable of grasping the vast scope of truth or clarity. She can only linger here and observe the momentary glances and echoes that remain beyond her understanding. Something greater is coming. She can feel it deep within her bones. Knowledge may return, and it may return to bring some reason and warmth to her world once again. Then, at least that's how it looks in my head.
There we go. He's risen? I guess. Okay. Yeah. Night. Probably, yeah, the Holy Land time this morning there. Yeah, risen.